What's up guys, Lifting here. We're now about 1 week into Bestiary League and I imagine that some of you are already starting to itch for a new build to try out. Today I bring you 5 rather different builds to get inspired by. You can find a link to each individual build guide in the description below. This week's first build on the list is by Illyaink, and it is his very powerful but also rather expensive Poet's Pen Volatile Dead build. The build can be played as both the Inquisitor or as the Scion Ascendant. The basic difference is that the Inquisitor has the highest damage output and the Scion is a faster mapper, and according to Illyaink, a better choice for new players or people on a tighter budget. On that note, it is important to make it clear that regardless of ascendancies, this is a rather expensive build to get fully up and running, with it including items such as the Poet's Pen Wands, Chevron's Wrappings and the Eye of Cheula amulet, and it is thus not a league starter build. The Poet's Pen Wands were very popular in 3.1 and were used with a variety of skills. The most popular of these are probably Volatile Dead, as we see here, and Glacial Cascade. I've personally played around with these myself and they are a ton of fun, and if you can afford it, they allow for a very smooth ride throughout the entirety of the game. So even if you cannot afford Illyank's setup, there are many other ways of going about it if you're feeling inspired. Build number 2 on the list is by Theon, and he presents a budget-friendly but very strong Glacial Cascade Totem build. The build was originally designed for the Inquisitor Ascendancy, but can now also be played as the Hierophant since the 3.2 Ascendancy buffs. The build offers some exceptional single target damage and is very budget friendly and easy to level, and it is also for that reason that Theon classifies this build, and I agree, as a great league starter and beginner build. Theon has written a great and comprehensive guide that greatly outlines everything from leveling tips, gear requirements, gems and skill point progression. The third build on the list is a Whispering Ice CI Ascendant by Kelvynn. I bet some of you guys who've been around for a while got flashbacks to either 2.5 or 2.6 when you heard that specific title, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I can tell you that this exact combination, with maybe the exception of the Ascendancy, was very powerful and very popular back in those days. And it looks like Kelvynn has managed to make it strong for 3.2 too. With this you'll be playing as the Scion, and when going Ascendant, eventually heading into the Elementalist and the Inquisitor ranges. This build can supposedly deal with any content in the game, and I would neither consider it an expensive nor a budget build, but this type of gear setup should be obtainable for most players. However, due to the complexity of Whispering Ice and the way it's scaled, it might be best if you have a bit of experience with the game before you try on this type of build. The fourth build on the list is by Windz, and once again, and even in the same video, I have the audacity to feature a build that utilizes Glacial Cascade. This one, however, is played as a miner, and it has some of the best single target damage one can acquire, considering how budget friendly it is. The build is played as the Saboteur Ascendancy for all that miner jazz and utility, and just as the other Ascendancies, the Saboteur was of course also buffed in 3.2. Of course, miner builds aren't for everyone, as it has a rather unique playstyle, and I must admit that for that reason I have never really been interested in these types of builds myself. That, however, doesn't have anything to do with the power of the build, and I've been told by many miner enthusiasts that it is a matter of trying it out for oneself, and that it really doesn't feel as clunky playing it as it sometimes may look like. So if you keep an open mind and want some insane single target damage, possibly with the intent of having a great boss killer build, but also a decent mapper that can be done on a low budget, then this might be a good choice for you. The fifth and final build on this week's list is by Mika Tusalo, and it is something as unique as a Flame Golem Summoner, also referred to as a Golemancer. With the changes to the Elementalist Ascendancy, I just had to feature this build as it provides some rather interesting and unique buffs to a build such as this, but in reality the build can be played as both the Necromancer and Occultist 2, each with their own unique benefits to benefit from. As a matter of fact, the build was originally designed for the Necromancer as far as I know. The build also allows for the incorporation of specters and an animate guardian setup. Mika's guide is very comprehensive, and it isn't for the impatient type of player that just wants some quick information to get started. However, if you aren't one of those type of people with the attention span of a goldfish, and by the way, no offense guys, I'm one of those people myself, then this build can carry you throughout all the content the game has to offer. Granted, you enjoy the summoner playstyle, that is, of course. The build is also rather cheap to get running, but for very late game and if you want to min-max, there are some expensive opportunities to make use of. These were the 5 builds I wanted to feature this week. If you have a great build guide and you wish to have it featured in one of these videos, then check the description below to see what this requires, and thank you for sharing your content. Next week there'll be another video with more featured builds. Subscribe if this has your interest. I also have a newly set up Patreon page if you wish to buy me a cup of coffee or is interested in my background and why I started doing this. Visit me on Twitch TV/lifting_. I stream almost every day and I would be very happy to see you there. Finally, if you are ever in need of help with Path of Exile, need a build review, or just want to discuss or talk more about the game, then I have a dedicated Discord server to help with exactly that. So come visit us. The link is below in the description. I hope everyone is having fun in the new league. Let us know what build you're playing in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd?